Hello and welcome to the Change Tutorials. Today I'm going to continue where we left it with building a Git server, just to take you through some Git commands for undoing and redoing changes within Git. So first of all, I'm just going to head into the directory test Git which we built. As you can see, it's now saying I'm on the master branch. Just to remember what we had done, we added the .gitignore file. What I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to create an empty file called readme.txt with the extension txt. And then if we do an ls again, we now have a file. If we do a git status, it now shows that we have a new file. It's saying nothing's ready to commit, but we have an untracked file. An untracked file is basically a file that I pretty much just created. I haven't staged it yet. Staging is when you do add, and I've never committed it. So at the moment, readme.txt is untracked. Now, when I do git add, it's now a staged file, ready to be committed. So now it's being tracked and it's staged to be committed. In this state, it was kind of known as untracked. It was also unstaged because it wasn't added into the index. So this area, staging is known as the index. It was just existing in the work tree. So I'm just going to go ahead and commit this with a message, and that message is going to be added readme text or .txt. And that's now committed. So the purpose for that was I wanted to use a command called git log just to see our changes. So I restarted the repo recently, just so it was fresh. So basically, initially, I initiated .gitignore. Then, second log is we added the readme.txt file. So as you can see, there's an author, date and time, and a message that you supply. So messages become crucial. And then we have the commit on the top line. So I can also do one other way of doing this is git log and use the option one line. What that gives you is basically the output on one line. So if I wanted to undo what I'd just done, just this here. In this change, I added the readme.txt file. If I wanted to undo that, I would need to commit hash. These are known as the commit hashes. And you have a shorter version here. So it's easier to use the shorter version. So if I wanted to remove, added this change, I'll do git revert, and then I'll include the hash. And basically, if I just hit enter, it's just gonna allow me to put in a message, and then it's just gonna continue. It's just gonna do the change without me having to do any commits or anything like that. So I'll do that now. So you see, I can add the message, I can add to it. Don't want to do anything. It seems fine. It just says this will be the message. This reverts commit, blah, blah, blah. So if I do quit, and then I do git log, I just do git log one line again. Now it says revert, added readme text. Okay, what does that mean? So if I do lsla, that text file is now gone. So we can put that back by using a command called cherry pick. So we know the hash. So if I just do git cherry pick, I can just put back, pick up, cherry pick. I can just put back that change. So now it's done it, no questions asked. Git log, one line, I'll just use up. It's back, add the file, created a new commit. So each time I've done this, it's created a new commit. You see? So basically I added it, it reverted the change. So revert, it removed just that particular change for that hash, and I've re-added it again. So if you wanted to revert the change. So if I just do, oh no, so I gotta do git log one line. So if I want to revert this change again, so that it will basically bring me back to this state of basically having no readme file, I can do that. Oops. So if I do git revert to remove this last change where we put it back in, but then if you wanted to have the option of doing a commit, adding your own message or adding more files, you'd do no commit. So now it says it's removing it. Status. So even though it says it's removing it, it's just staged the file now. So it says it's deleted. The file's still there. Oh no, hold on. So what am I doing? So I'm going back to this option. So I added it, I removed it, I added it. So I've removed it again. So as I say, changes to be committed, git restore changed. So it says it's deleted it. Sorry. So basically it's now in the option where it's delete the file. But if I wanted to cancel that and I change my mind, because now it's within the commit option, I can use abort. And if I do ls, the file's there. So basically it removed it, it was staged, I hadn't committed anything. It basically just said, okay, I'm gonna pull this, I haven't committed it. So it appears as though it's deleted. I decided, no, actually I still want to keep the readme file. So you can abort once you've had the commit. So the commit gives you the option to like, okay, do I still want to do this? Do I want to make changes? So it appears as though it was deleted. It was staged. So it was in the staged area. It was like, okay, it's been removed, but then it was never committed. So just to show, whoops, clear. So now I'm just going to do a git log one line, and here what we can see is that we still have just the 4 commits, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, because I aborted, it didn't create a new commit. We kept the readme.txt file. So with each basically git revert, it creates a commit. And also the same with cherry pick. Cherry pick basically puts back a change. So you use cherry pick to redo a change, whereas git revert undoes a change, just a particular commit. So whatever you added in that commit. So if I do git log, added, reverted, added via cherry pick. That one was. So there we have that. So let me just head back. So there's different stages. So you learn about tracked and untracked, staged and unstaged files. Basically, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to update the hold on. Let me just do a git status. Alright, nothing there. So I'm just going to do date. I'm going to append this into the readme.txt file. So now, if I read the file, it's now got the time I've done it. And if I do git status, it now says that it's been modified. So basically it's modified, no changes added. To commit, use git add to add the file. So, okay, I'm gonna add it. You can use dot, you can use the file name, status again. So now the modified file, so it's pre-existing, has now been staged. So it's in the staged area. So what if you wanted to unstage a file? So there's two levels to this next command, which is reset. Reset can work at the index level. So basically, where it's staged is also known as the index. So if I do git reset, and then the head, and I want to choose a particular file, this file, I can remove it from unstaging. So now it's unstaged. So what does that mean? If I do a git status again, it now says that the file, so remember it was green, it said it was staged. Now it's telling me to add it again. So I just undid the add, basically. So when I remove the head, I move the head back and says, basically, I just want to remove this out of the index and put it back to basically the unstaged state. It's just basically in order to kind of explain the next step. So what I'm going to do is, so we still have the change. So if I do cat, file still the same, it still has the text inside of it. But what if we wanted to just undo all the changes? So I'll just do git add again. And say I wanted to undo that and undo the change. So if I do git add, git status, we're back in that state of the stage file with the new text. And then this is where you can kind of undo it. You can use it at commit level. I'm just using this on the basically the index level at the moment, because now I'm just saying, okay, I haven't committed anything yet. It's staged. I want to undo that, but delete all the files as well. So you have a number of different commands and or options within reset. So you got hard. That will basically delete the index files and the working tree. The working tree is basically the unstaged files, effectively. So I'm saying reset hard on the head. So when I reset the head under the file, it basically just moves the file from stage to unstage. When I do this, what do it do? So if I do a git log, hold on, clear, git log online. Didn't create a commit, but if I cat the file, readme.txt, there's no text in there. So you can view that by doing see, it's gone back. So it deleted my change because remember I didn't commit. So that just reset the head. So say you had a bunch of changes, you're like, do you know what? I don't want to make these changes anymore. I want to go back to a state. I don't want to have to go through and delete every file. That's at the index level. Then we can have use git reset to, so now we have, let me just clear this in. So I'm just going to bring the screen up again, git log online. So if you wanted to go back to a particular point in time, you could use the option git reset at the commit level. Basically, the index level was more or less to do with the files and the current kind of working tree index level, whereas the commit level, I could go back to the initial state. So to do that, you would do git reset. This is the reason for hard. So basically it will drop everything. So if I had some stuff in the working tree, all changes will be dropped using hard. Hard is very destructive. The default is mixed. So I'll show you this way right now. So hard, and then you get the commit hash. Oh, well, I've done that twice. You paste it in, so you do a git reset hard, and it will just roll it back. So now there's no readme file anymore. It's gone. If I check the logs, git log, I've just got one log. There, the initial. So I've gone back in time to that initial state. So how would you get back? So obviously you're like, well, all my logs are gone. Git log one line. It's all the same. I've just got this. How would you get back to that state if you didn't make note of that? Well, whoops. So all these logs are local to your device. So basically, there is a backup. So basically it's called the reference logs. So if you use -g, it walks the reference logs. So these are all the commits that have been done. So if you want one line, you can use the one line option. Just escape this, clear this. So as you can see, there's plenty of logs. I couldn't see much because it pretty much took on my screen. So you can do one line. Or, so if you see, it says all these changes now, where I was moving the head, where we done those resets, it logged that as the reference. Basically when I done a reset, so reset moves the head, it points to a particular point in time. So I said, well, move the head back here, or I can move the head to this position here. I can give it a number and move back. So basically I wanted to go back to the previous state before this one, which was here, right? There's also, so this view is also the same as git reference logs or log, that one line. So they're both the same. So obviously I done git log -g one line, or you can just do ref logs. The -g walks the reference logs, but it gives you all the detail as well. with the commits. So let me just clear this. We want to go back to when we, I didn't make note of that. So I want to go back here. So we'll move it again. So we're resetting hard. Back to here. Let's add the README file. Head's now there. Let's check the reference logs again. Let's move back. Head's now moved. It's in position 0. So if you position 0, it's always going to be position 0. The more you add, it'll just move everything down 7, 6, 7. This is the latest change. So it's moved back. Same state, ls. readme.txt file. So the default of git reset is mixed. So if I were to, so at the moment we've got nothing in our file. So if I added some text to the README file, it's now created enough to make a change and change the status. So if I do git add, so if you have a bunch of files, so I'll just do this, touch, new file, and I'll add that too. And then I'll just do the status again. So now we've got 2 files. So if we just wanted to say, oh, we don't want to stage these anymore because they're staged at the moment, git reset. The default is mixed, but I'll just specify it. But if you just do reset, it will unstage the file. So now git status. It unstaged the README file. Use git add to include what will be committed. So it unstaged my modified file, and it untracked because the other one's untracked. So both were staged, but it removed everything. It reset it and said, okay, remove these from the index basically. So this was a brand new file, no commits, so it's untracked. So that's why it's kind of coming up different. Whereas the other file was tracked, but it's been modified. So if we add these back in, hit status, and then if I, let me see, clear this, git log. So this is our log. Should we clear this again? Git log one line. So if I reverted the file, so our status is we've made changes. There's 2 files. So when we done hard, it deleted everything. But if I do git reset mixed and I revert back to this, what happened? Because when we reverted, we took away the readme.txt file. Do we still have it? Yes, we still have a new file. If we clear and view the logs, before I do that, so it's moved us back, it reverted, but it kept our index files, our staged files. So all our new files, so it was kind of like it merged. It's like, okay, you've created these files and it's merged. It would have taken away the README file, but because it's merged, it retained that README file, even though in that commit it had changed. So that's what that does. You have another one which is merge, which is a bit harder to explain. If you have a change that is staged and the same file has some more changes which is unstaged, but you reset the index file, so it will delete the other files, say. It basically undoes all the staged files. If you have anything in your working tree which were not staged, they remain the same. But if there's a discrepancy between a staged file and an unstaged file for the same file, it will abort. Because it's like, hold on a second, you've got two things going on. It's like, we can't handle this. So yeah, you can find more information where it makes more sense in my blog. I'll put a link in the video. But if we look at the reference logs for one last time, we can see all these changes where it's moved. So it's created loads, even though we've only got 3 commits here because we moved the head in this view, all these changes have been logged. They are local to your machine. So when you commit up to the shared repository, it will only appear as the state it is in. So that's that. Until next time, thank you.